The city of San Francisco has a really solid board of supervisors. We need a mayor that'll work with the board of supervisors and not against them. Gavin Newsom represents the city of San Francisco as mayor. However, he doesn't represent the people of San Francisco. Just some small contingent. Those who own property, those developers, commercial interests, but the everyday person is not benefited by Gavin Newsom. And it's in dire need for some candidate to represent those interests, the interests of the people of San Francisco, as well as to put forward the matters that are of personal importance to them. I figured the best way to put those issues forward was to actually go ahead and declare my candidacy. I think it comes down to the fact that there's two types of homeless people, maybe more, but it breaks down into two basic categories. Those that just don't have a job, and those that are unable to work for whatever reason. First order of business is we need to provide employment and perhaps an entrepreneurial program to allow those that are currently without jobs and without homes to work and start their own small businesses. As for those that are unable to join the workforce, we've got, I don't know how many dozens of homeless resource programs in San Francisco that are all operated by churches, nonprofits, etc. And in many ways they do work together, but they don't work together in partnership with the city as well as they could. And I think that if we were to sort of have a caucus with everyone involved that's currently working on homeless issues, that we could clearly forge a solution. And that's what needs to be done. Not a simple town hall, but an actual 5-day policy session where we hash out a plan with all parties involved for how the city can work together with these organizations to provide the tools and the benefits that the people who are currently without homes need. Poor people have a very difficult time getting around the city while cars continue to pollute the city. And so one thing that we need to start moving forward to is free muni, at least for San Francisco residents, if not for everyone. The murder rate in San Francisco is atrocious. The Board of Supervisors came up with a plan for community policing and foot patrols. Now, admittedly, it was able to be put into effect because they had a supermajority. However, despite the fact that there was a supermajority and Newsom knew it at the time, he vetoed that legislation, saying that he's basically in the pocket of the POA and feels that the police should have complete authority to run their business outside of city supervision. The police is under city government. They're not separate from city government. And we need to change the model. Instead of the police being an occupying force, the police need to become a part of the community. How can we halt the murder rate and halt the drug violence? I don't really know yet. I'd love to hear your ideas. I know that the idea of forming gang injunctions and saying that people no longer have the freedom to associate with whomever they choose in various neighborhoods is not the answer. It's an attack on our civil liberties and it needs to stop. But what is the answer? I think community policing is a start, but I think we need to develop a much long-term, more comprehensive solution. We have a federal government that continues to trample on our rights and uses any means possible to step into what really should be local matters. My own case being a point in fact, but on a more broad scale, No Child Left Behind ensures that military recruiters have to be allowed on our schools, and so we need to build an affront against that. We know how we want to live our lives in San Francisco. We're all happy with that, and yet the federal government continues to step on our tracks. Medicinal marijuana has been endorsed by not only the people of San Francisco through ballot measures, as well as the people of the state of California, but also by city legislations. The federal government is intent on interfering in those matters and denying people who need their medicine from obtaining it. San Francisco's actually not suffered as much of an attack as the rest of the state. And that's because we do have a somewhat unified front, but we need to strengthen that, and we need to strengthen that in conjunction with the city government. The next time the DEA comes down to try to raid a club in San Francisco, we need to send our San Francisco police officers to protect the club, to protect them from being able to continue distributing medicine. Part of what I'm hoping to do with my candidacy for mayor is to launch a campaign that changes the way that city politics are run. The presidential race is further ahead in participatory democracy than the city of San Francisco, and that's a damn shame when San Francisco is the most tech-centric, pretty much the home of Web 2.0, and yet our campaigns in the past have been run the same way they were run 20 years ago. So I've started a new website at joshwolf.net where we've got forums to discuss the issues and brainstorm solutions. We've got a wiki to establish what the people's platform for the next 4 years should be. I'll also be updating with regular blogs, and every Tuesday night, join me for Tuesday Talks, where we discuss in real time what the problems of the city are and how we can go about fixing them.